Hi, welcome to Hunkered Down with Seth, your self-isolated, quarantined, cage-free podcast or stream, whatever it is that I'm doing here. I look wonderful. I have a wonderful guest on tonight. He's an old friend of mine. He has a
Not
one.
that old, come on.
All right, he's early 30s, but me and him, the moment we met, we
No,
meet what? Late 20s?
no, no. Yeah, I'm older than that, yeah.
He,
Yeah.
he's an age, but he was born on February 29th, so really he's about
Yeah,
12, he's in his teens. So,
that's not true at all.
all right. Anyways, Ryan Phillip Lamb, good buddy of mine. Today,
Good,
to keep our
yay.
sanity, we're going to talk about video games. This is our video game spectacular. Ryan,
Oh, awesome.
you doing well? Everything cool?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working really hard. Of course, it's difficult because just getting used to the whole working from home thing. It's a bit of a transition, but of course, the more important thing is what's going on outside. So yeah, I mean, like I would say that I have no complaints. My family's healthy, so I'm just very grateful for that. And yeah, so I'm ready to hunker down and talk video games with you, man.
All right. So, in this unfortunate quarantine, what video games are you focused on?
Well, one of the things about this kind of situation is when I have like a lot of time to play a game, that's when I like to really get back to the classics. So what I recently did was I picked up the Castlevania collection, and I've been playing
Nice.
through every Castlevania game in chronological order. So right now I am up to Super Castlevania. So I haven't been playing the whole time. I have actually been doing work and stuff,
Oh,
but I've gone up to Castlevania 4, which I actually, funny enough, never have played before.
wow. I mean, how many
Yeah,
Castlevanias are there?
so many, so many. I know that you got me on your show because of all of my gaming knowledge, so I can say that there's a lot.
All right.
It's a whole lot.
Yes. So let's dig deep. When was the first? What's your earliest memories of playing video games? What was your first console? Your
Oh,
first, or were you one of those guys who went to the arcade? Let's dig into your past.
wow. Well, I can say I'm probably all of the above or below or whatever. My first memory of gaming was I was living in Toronto,
The Windy
in
City,
Ontario, Canada. No,
the Windy
that's
Province.
the windy province. Yeah, it's pretty windy in Ontario, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so living in Ontario, and Christmas we get a NES. So I would go down to my basement in my parents' house. Of course, I didn't have my own house at the time. I was living with my parents. I was very young,
Yeah, you were in your
and I
mid
would
20s.
I was in my mid 30s, really young, still with my parents, and we would just I would go downstairs and play NES. So I'd be playing Super Mario. It was the Super Mario and Duck Hunt combination cartridge. So it's like two games in one. I was just like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna play this forever. And I would die a lot, and I wasn't very good, but it was super fun. And I also had the blaster gun, so I'd like
Yep.
shoot the ducks on my old CRT, which was like this black and white small TV, like in like the small TV back in the day, back when I was 30. A small TV back in the day was like something like 14 inches wide. Like
Jeez.
that was a big TV for me. So it was
Yeah.
pretty funny how that works.
Wow. And what other NES games do you remember enjoying back then?
Oh, well, tons. Well, being a nerdy kid, I played a lot of NES games. So I would say probably my favorite one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Because like you just walk around and beat up foot soldiers as your favorite Ninja Turtle. It was great.
Oh,
So that was definitely one of my favorites. But there's a ton of great NES games that especially with like if you have a Nintendo Switch or you have the NES Classic, you already know what I'm talking about. But
Yep.
If you are just getting into the Switch and you have like a retro kick, that sort of thing, I'd recommend, especially with how much time we got on our hands right now, check out something like Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy 2 in North America, which was, I think, 6? No, sorry. I think it was 4 in Japan. I probably got the numbers wrong.
Yep. You
Which is
did.
why you got me on your podcast, for my accuracy. But yeah, so Final Fantasy 2 was actually one of my favorite favorite games of all time, for sure. And actually, the whole Final Fantasy series is great. So if you got a lot of time in your hands, like, pick up an RPG. Now's the time to really escape into another world.
Yes, I was briefly addicted to Final Fantasy Tactics on PlayStation.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah, that was. I liked it more just because that was like the first RPG that I ever got into. And then Knights of the Old Republic came out, and I was all into that.
Yeah.
So. So.
Cool. Well, did you know that, so Final Fantasy Tactics, right? That whole game was set in a world, the same world as Final Fantasy 12. And the producers of Final Fantasy 12 wanted to make sure that everybody knew that it was the same world, so much so that they used the entire soundtrack from Final Fantasy Tactics, and they just plopped it into Final Fantasy 12. Of course, they updated it with, like, orchestra swells and stuff like that. It ended up being, like, really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, those Japanese, they know what they're doing with video games.
They sure do. So, have you played Final Fantasy 12 before, Seth?
Well, what I don't like about it is they keep telling us it's.
Okay, hold on. I love that you're starting off with, well, what I hate about this thing is.
Well, they keep saying it's the Final Fantasy, and they have how many fantasies? I'm waiting for the last fantasy. You, they could name like the previous ones among fantasies, and then the second to last one, the penultimate fantasy, and then the final fantasy. I mean, is it just one fantasy that all these games are based on?
I mean, that's a good question. I know that the first producer for Final Fantasy literally called it Final Fantasy because that was what he thought was going to be like his only game. So it was going to be his last game ever, his Final Fantasy. And it turned out that he ended up producing a lot more games for Square because it actually was a success.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it's called Final Fantasy. Although I get what you're saying, it's already up to 15, so it's like, can we really say it's not final? Like, kinda.
Now the question is,
Final?
is it all in the same world?
No, it's all in kind of like their own self-contained worlds. Although some of them do cross over, and some of them are kind of the same world. So, like for instance, Final Fantasy Tactics and 12, they're all in the same world. There's a couple other ones that are like that.
Yeah, but if it was just one fantasy, they should all be in this. It's like Mario; they're all in the same world, including Mario RPG and Paper Mario. So that could be the Mario. That's one fantasy, except for Mario 2, which was in a dream.
It was a dream, and it actually was a different game completely, just reskinned. So it was a different game in Japan, reskinned. Everybody knows this. I mean, like, you go onto YouTube.
Super Doki Doki.
Super Doki Doki, there you go. The reason why I don't want to say Super Doki Doki is it reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club. Have you ever heard of that game?
No, enlighten me. This is why I got you on the podcast.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to recommend. Everybody who's friends of Seth who hears this podcast, because there's a lot of people who are listening right now. Thank you so much for
We're in the
quintillions.
quintillions.
Awesome. So, whatever you do not read any literature on Doki Doki Literature Club. Don't read anything. I think it's like $5 on Steam. Just go and buy the game and play it. It's a dating sim. It's actually kind of it's romantic. So you get to interact with these 4 high school girls, and I just really highly recommend it. Just no spoilers though. Just spend the $5. I will give you the $5. I will pay. What's your Patreon? I will Patreon you the $5 so that you just go and play this game. In fact, you should live stream it. You should record yourself playing it. That would be amazing. Just play it, but no spoilers. Don't ask anybody what it is. Just play it.
All right, and that's the name again is Doki Doki Book Club,
Literature Club. I mean, you were close.
Literature Club. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they do read books in the Literature Club, as well as manga.
Oh, of course. You know, I like that manga juice. The go the juice. That was a complete. That was horrible. I don't even know why.
I'm
Uh,
sorry. Oh, what does manga juice taste like? Is it like orange juice, but with a little bit of Asian flavor, or what?
uh,
Is that what you were saying?
yeah, but it depends on the manga juice. If it's like ages 7 and up, then it should be all right. But if it's one of those 16 and ups, watch out for tentacles in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can tell you, it's not a tentacle thing.
Oh, good.
No, it's literally a dating sim, and you're chatting with four girls. So
Yeah. Well, those Japanese. I mean, they are. When did that come out? Because that must have been before Plenty of Fish, before Yahoo Personals, before all the OK Cupid.
wait, what? Tentacle porn? Yeah, it sure did come out
No, no,
before those
the
online dating
the
things.
specific Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh no, it came out after. It was probably like it was produced like 4 or 5 years ago. It was actually even though it's a dating sim that is very stylized. I believe that the author. It was done by one person, and the author actually is not Japanese. I think if he is, then I'm sorry, and please don't kill me. But yeah, I think it was actually produced stateside.
Oh. Well, if there's one thing the United States people are known for, it's deprivation.
Tentacle porn. Wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's our biggest import, especially after the
Oh,
quarantine.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'll import some tentacle porn later. I won't. I don't do that sort of thing. Anyways, hey, how about them video games, Seth?
Yes, back to the topic at hand. Uh,
Right.
so let's just go straight to the heart of it. Your top three video games,
In like all time.
Uh, all time or at the moment, your choice. Let's do
Okay.
both.
Well, yeah. Okay, let's do both. I would say, wow, all time.
Let me share you
Yeah.
mine, and
Okay, sure.
that'll buy some time. So
Hmm.
for me, number one, just because I have so many great memories and it's still fun to play, the NES game Super Dodgeball.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
It was just so fun. It
Hmm.
You could beat it. You different skill levels. It was just everything you could want for the controller. It was just
It
perfect.
was goofy. It was fun. You had your super moves. You had these cartoony characters that would literally turn into ghosts when you depleted their life bars. It was hilarious.
It was so good, and it just playing dodgeball. It was just brought you back to having fun. So that's my number one all time game. Number Number two is Tekken 3.
Ooh, okay. Spoiler alert: Tekken is one of my favorites for sure. But you go ahead with Tekken 3.
Okay, because Tekken 3, not only did it have the regular Tekken mode, which had tons of uh, characters you could unlock, but also it had the Tekken Ball mode and the Tekken Force mode.
Yeah, and it had Gon,
Yeah.
that little dinosaur from manga that farted on things. That was awesome.
And the best part about Gon was his ending was just this loop that you could have played for years, just literal
Yeah.
years. It was a loop of him just having fun on his island.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things about the whole Tekken series is just like when you look at those endings, they're just like juvenile, frivolous fun. And here you
Yeah.
are, you're playing this serious game where you've got to rule the world with your fist and be the best fighter and blood sport. And then just like these ridiculous endings that didn't take themselves seriously. So it's kind of refreshing to see that compared to other other games out on the market.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat. Not nothing against Mortal Kombat. I love it, but just I love the little whimsy in fighting games.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like Mortal Kombat has its place for sure, but yeah, I totally agree. It's nice to have fun, especially in these day and ages. Is that how you say that? I don't know.
Yes, these ages and day. I don't. You confuse me.
Yeah,
So my third all-time
it's
favorite game, and it's a recent game, Rocket League.
Rocket League. Nice. I never got into Rocket League.
It's fun. It's cars and soccer, and it's ridiculous. The announcers are great. The whole setting is great. It's such. I would highly recommend to everybody because you could get it new for like $15, $20. Just download it, and it's driving a. It's a racing game and a soccer game. What more could
Yeah,
you ask for?
what more could you ask for? You can literally get it on like any platform. I've seen a lot of Twitch streamers streaming it, and it seems like just a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah,
A game that's kind of like that is Windjammers for the old Neo Geo. Now that game, they recently did a remake actually. It's up on Switch.
yeah,
But that game, it's kind of like you take that dodgeball concept or the Rocket League concept, and you got like your two competitors, and you got like you're trying to throw frisbee into the other person's goal, and you've got super moves, kind of like Super Dodgeball, but it's a lot of fun for sure.
definitely. And I got a bunch of other ones that I could have mentioned, but I wanted to bring up the three that are I have the best memories of. So those would be my top three.
Okay, my top three. Number one would be Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger on the Super NES. Definitely a classic role playing game. I've spent probably more time playing that role playing game and Final Fantasy 3, 6 in Japan than almost any other game that I've ever played. Chrono Trigger's story is just wonderful and just so cool. I've always loved that particular battle system. I like passively battling. I
Yeah,
know that sounds like kind of a weird sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna reluctantly attack, but yeah, I really enjoyed the story and the art from Akira Toriyama is just like really amazing. So like Chrono Trigger for sure. Tekken for me, I love the entire Tekken series, and I've spent oodles of time with each one of those games. My personal favorite was Tekken 6. I don't know. I did enjoy Tekken 7, but for some reason
yeah,
Tekken 6 was the Tekken that I spent the most time kind of playing. It was Tekken 3. You're kind of establishing how to play. Tekken 4 was such a departure because it had like the whole 3D movement, which was kind of like I didn't mind it so much,
yeah,
but I liked how Tekken 5 it went back to kind of restricting it, really tightened up a lot of the play style. And then when Tekken 6 came along, I was like, okay, I've got a kick butt Asuka Kazama, I can beat some ass. So sweet, I
yeah.
had fun, for a while.
Not to mention
Um,
Tekken
I
Tag
was,
in there.
oh yeah, Tekken Tag is beautiful for sure.
Yeah.
And then, jeez, I said Tekken and not Street Fighter. I do love Street Fighter. Oh, yeah, maybe should I put Street Fighter there? I don't know.
Nobody's
That's
twisting your
tough.
arm.
It's tough.
I mean, Street
I
Fighter
know, but it's just
is.
like it's important to me, man. I mean, like I love gaming. I used to manage a used video game store, and there's just so many
Ding, ding.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, without a doubt, Mega Man 3.
All right.
Definitely Mega Man 3. It's
Yeah.
like my top video game of all time. Did I say that Chrono Trigger was my top video game of all time? I
Yes.
meant Mega Man 3. That's really what I meant. Because you got, of course, the Blue Bomber. And I know a lot of people will say, like, anyone who's into the classic Mega Mans will say Mega Man 2
Yep.
was, like, the best. And Mega Man 2 is undoubtedly one of the best games ever. But for me, Mega Man 3 just, like, that soundtrack, like, when you pop that cartridge in and you hear that slow musical build
Yeah.
into the game, and you got your Needle Man, you've got Snake Man, you've got Gemini Man, you've got Shadow Man, which is like this, you know, flunky looking ninja dude. Like, it's such a great game. So, Mega Man 3, there you go.
Definitely. And Mega Man X, I want to bring up for SNES, one of my all-time
Oh, yeah.
favorites. That was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, talking about games to play right now, Mega Man X, like, just go through and get yourself 100. Did you get the Hadouken?
Of course.
Okay. Because, like, how could you not play it to specifically get the Hadouken? You
You,
know, like,
you,
once I knew that there was the ability to throw a fireball, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna always play this game like this forever now.
yeah, it's like me playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You pick your guy and you just make him so overpowered that everybody's one punch. Like for me, it's the Human Torch. I base every team I make around the Human Torch, and I just level everybody up by playing the Human Torch with them.
That's the beautiful thing about playing like those team-based games. So, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that one was for PlayStation 3, right?
And
Was that
Xbox,
era?
yeah.
And Xbox? Yeah, I get it.
And that I love those games
Super.
too, because
Yeah.
you always wanted to play as the teams, like because before Marvel Ultimate Alliance, when you had the X Men games, it was like, okay, you're only Gambit, or you're only Beast, or you're only Wolverine, or you know,
Right.
with this, it's like I could be the Fantastic Four, or I could be the X Men, or I could be, the Black Panther with Blade, and really represent.
Oh, wait, what? Okay.
Oh, also
I
Storm.
didn't realize they ever had a crossover. Cool. Oh, also Storm. Okay, I don't know. I know that Storm and Black Panther were married, so
Yeah.
but anyways, cool.
In
Hmm.
fact,
Hmm.
one of the teams you can make is Black, because when you make a team, they have like
Yeah.
special team bonuses if you choose specific characters.
Right, right.
So if you choose Black Panther, Storm, uh, Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic, it's the team double date.
Oh, that's cute.
It
I had
is.
no idea. That's awesome. And they were, yeah, it would be a double date, only they're fighting crime. Now that's what real superheroes do. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, okay, so we're talking a little bit about, I remember, like, let's go way back to the beginning of our conversation. You had mentioned, what games am I playing right now?
Right now.
I was thinking, and I've been thinking throughout this whole conversation, like, given kind of like the craziness of the outside world and the prevalence of mobile gaming, maybe one of the games that people should try out, which would be really easy and free to play, would be like, a few mobile games. Like, for instance, right now I'm playing this game called Arc Knights,
Hmm.
which it's a fun game. It's like a tower defense game, but basically all of your units are these anime figures who either shoot or they attack and stuff like that. And you can play it for completely free. It's super awesome.
Oh, that's cool. And I just want to tell our listeners and our watchers, all 6 quintillion of them, do not play Pokemon Go. Stay inside, be safe.
Gosh, yeah. Like, I mean, there's just so much going on out there. It's when you look at some of the news reporting, and don't trust everything you read on the news. It's some scary stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely some scary stuff. So definitely stay in and play a game like another Eden, another game that's like it's basically a JRPG that is a mobile game that you can play for free. And let's face it, we all got some extra time, indoors time on our hands.
Yeah.
That game you can play for free, and it's basically like you're playing a Chrono Trigger esque game. It even is by the producer of Chrono Trigger, or like one of the original creators of Chrono Trigger, and it's actually really good for a good long while. And you can play it for completely free. And of course, it's a gacha game, so you do have the option to pay money, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can actually have some really good characters.
Yeah, and why complicate things? Like Words with Friends. If you're not into video games at all,
Ooh, I like that.
just Scrabble, find some buddies, stay connected. I was dumb. I thought of this stupid podcast instead of going Words with Friends. I could have saved so much effort.
Yeah, I guess there is a little bit more effort
Yeah.
trying to create a podcast than,
Yeah.
being like, hey, friends, you want to play Scrabble? Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Here's a special game I have for you. and it's a
Okay,
game
I
on the
like games.
podcast. It's the lightning round. You have to.
Okay.
I say a video game. You tell me yay or nay and a quick reason why.
Okay.
All right. Ready, set, go. Sims 4.
Yay, you got a lot of time and you can literally make a sim poop themselves in a enclosed area and die, and that's kind of entertaining. Next.
Madden,
Which one?
the most
The most
recent.
recent one?
Yes.
Yay, because, like, how else are you going to get your football fix? Originally it was going to be the XFL, but coronavirus happened. So, yeah, go for it. It's especially fun if you play with friends, but screw the internet trolls out there. Next.
Pilot Wings.
Pilot Wings. Yay! If you're into a retro fix, definitely go for the original N64 version of Pilot Wings. I think it might be on the Switch, it might not be. Super fun, definitely appreciate it for what it is. It can be deceptively hard. Next.
Superman 64.
Superman 64, yes, I'm saying yes to a lot of these. If only for the fact that A, it's a game that you probably will never pass, B, you won't want to pass it because it's so horrible, and C, you kind of do it just because you've got a twisted sense of humor. Next.
Okay, Kabuki Warriors.
Kabuki Warriors, is that the NES game where you are literally a Kabuki fighter? Or no, that's something else. Which Kabuki Warriors are we talking about?
The Xbox release game, which Game Informer said the only good thing about it was the start menu.
Oh, Kabuki Warriors. Okay, yeah. I would say that's my first nay. Don't do it. Only because the better Kabuki Warriors are Asuka and Kairi-sen.
Okay.
Next. Wait, by the way, can we talk about pro wrestling at some point?
I'm sort of taking a hiatus from pro wrestling.
Ah,
Not, and the
that's okay.
reason is entirely political. Just I don't respect what they're doing. I don't respect who they're in contact with, and I just don't think it's a good time to watch wrestling.
That's why you gotta watch AEW. That's why I wanted to chat with you anyways. Continue on with the lightning round. Sorry to interrupt your game.
All right. Oh, I had a game that I was. Oh, Tenchu Stealth Assassin.
Oh, yes. Very much yes. It's literally like, it's like the only PlayStation 1 game that made me feel like I was actually a ninja. And that was the system that actually had a Ninja Gaiden game on it. And yeah, Tenchu is definitely a yes.
Okay.
So much fun. Next.
Borderlands.
Borderlands, yes. Shooter fun in a fun environment, really funny. Next.
Fortnite.
Nope. It's more entertaining to watch streamers play Fortnite than play it yourself.
All right. And to finish up, finally, Minecraft.
Minecraft. Yes, why not? You get to create your own world with a bunch of blocks. It's just like playing Lego, only back when Lego wasn't ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Minecraft, my favorite thing to do in Minecraft was I had some family that was younger, like 10, 11. They've grown older, obviously. But
Yeah.
they'd have this thing where they would give you a word like pig or
Okay.
or money, something like that, and you had to build it, and then you would look at what everybody built, and you would vote on who has the best one.
That's hilarious. That's an awesome way to play that game.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'd never thought I would like Minecraft. That was one of those games where I thought it's not for me, but watching that, I was like, this could be legitimately really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, like, not only that, but you have like any opportunity to interact with your family or loved ones is just, it's an opportunity you got to take. Especially, it's acute. Like, I'm acutely aware of that right now, given the craziness. Like,
Yep.
I just want, and also being a first time dad, I just want to spend lots of time with my family and try to keep them safe. So yeah.
I'm just happy you're not a second or third time dad. Like,
Why is that?
I mean, in prop it's like, yeah, the first time didn't work out, so I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
Yeah,
let me rephrase that, because
sure.
you're a first attempt dad,
Yeah, yeah. First
so
attempt at fatherhood. Yeah.
and so far good results. Except we had a little disagreement over child rearing before. Um,
Oh yeah.
bef- no, before we started recording. My point
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
my point was I wanted his son to get bar mitzvahed. His point is that his son, him and his, they're not Jewish, and I'm
I
like,
mean, we're not.
yeah, but come on, it's never too late to be correct.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. How about this? I know that this is your show, and by the way, thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, always a pleasure
Um,
talking to you.
can we play a little game with you?
Sure, let's waste some time.
All right, wasting time is what I'm good at. Okay, Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Mario? Why?
I grew up in an NES family. You know, I had all the way dating back to the first Mario. Mario 2, Mario 3, which to this day I don't think there has ever been a better game for its time than Mario 3.
Yeah,
Then you got
yeah. That's tough. How do we not talk about Mario, like any of the Mario franchise in our favorites?
it's one of those things. I would say it's like saying that your favorite ice cream is vanilla.
Or your favorite band is Nickelback?
Well, you being Canadian, I could understand that, but that
It's definitely not Nickelback.
but Mar basically it's one of those things that's so ingrained in the culture. It's like saying Mario is the best video game. It's like saying Hendrix is the best guitarist. You can't argue against it, but
Yep.
it's everybody can accept it. But it's just everybody's so different. Everybody's personal preferences might be different. But saying Mario is an amazing video game, it's just
Goes
out
without
there.
saying. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
concrete.
exactly. What do you think is the worst Mario game?
Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, nice. Nice. I was going to say the same thing.
Yep. There, to their credit, there's not a lot of bad Mario games.
Yeah. No, there's. Well, and like Nintendo on a whole, I feel like the quality of their games has always been of the higher level. They tend to, at least the Nintendo self-produced games, not like, for instance, the Wii had so much shovelware, so that was not exactly the most high-quality system, if you will.
Yep.
But I would say, yeah, like the games that Nintendo typically puts out are really solid. Like Pokemon, it's not exactly for everybody, but it's for a lot of people, and those
Yeah.
games are really well made.
Definitely. In fact, my favorite sports game all time is Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis is super fun. Have you played the new one on the Switch?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, I have it. You get well. I would say buy it, but I mean, you know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to make recommendations on this podcast where you don't spend money. But if you do feel like getting, well, I mean, what am I talking about? You can literally just download it on the Nintendo store.
Yeah.
Yeah, play it. It's super fun. Mario Tennis Aces, I believe it's called, and it's just like it's Mario Tennis, but it's this generation. It's super cool.
Yeah. Mario Golf also. And
Oh yeah, super fun.
now the big question: do you consider Smash Brothers a Mario game?
Yes, I do consider it a Mario game. Although it's amazing how many other franchises have been kind of put into there and shoved in there and whatnot. But yeah, definitely, I love Smash Brothers. I'm not good at it. Trust me.
Yep.
Our mutual friend Cody is
Yes.
probably gonna lay a butt whooping on me a little bit later today, actually, if we end up playing Mario
Smash
Smash.
Brothers.
But yeah, yeah, Smash is great.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up by asking
Sure.
you, what's the best game you're at? Like, what's the best video game? Okay, I screwed this up already. So to edit and post. What video game are you best at that you could just whoop anybody?
Oh, what game am I best at that I could whip anyway? Well, I'll tell you what. I've actually proven this. The game that I can beat at least everybody that's in my direct circle of influence at is Street Fighter 2. Let's say Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Yeah, let's go with that. I can literally whoop anybody's ass in that.
Yeah.
Anyone.
All right.
Bring it. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I swear? I'm sorry.
Sure, I got nothing better to do.
Sweet. Okay, well let me pose a question to you as you're about to wrap up, because I gotta know what's the game that you're the best at.
There's this DOS game, so I'm just going mid 90s, early to mid 90s, called Masters of Magic. And
Okay.
it's like SimCity mixed with early Warcraft.
Okay.
And I've played
Is it a
that.
DOS game?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's on GOG.com. You could pick it up for $5. It's on, you could play it on your PC. But I've played that on like ultra hard difficulty with all sorts of different magic types. And even though it's one player, I have beaten every every scenario imaginable. It is so fun, and because it's like literally Dungeons and Dragons and SimCity put together.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Completely. The problem is to get through one playthrough from you to start to victory takes about 12 to 24 hours. So you literally have
Straight.
to not straight. I've done it straight, but obviously you could save and all that stuff.
Oh,
But
okay, cool.
but I've played that so often, so much, dating back from when I was 10, and Master of Magic, it's unbelievable. Definitely well worth the $5. I mean, it's pixelated, but it's still fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Even regardless of, like, how pixelated something is, 8-bit, 16-bit, when it comes to video games, all that matters is the game itself. So that's why video games are kind of timeless.
Exactly. All right, so we'll wrap it up right there. Ryan, thank you very much. Anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I mean, I want to promote. There's this really cool group out there called Wash Your Fucking Hands. People, sorry, just come on, guys. Like, just stay in and try to listen to more episodes of Hunkered Down with Seth, and take this coronavirus, this COVID-19 stuff seriously. Like, let's all stay in, stay healthy, stay alive, and maybe you'll get it and it won't affect you all that much, but what if you give it to your folks, or what if you give it to one of your older loved ones and they don't do as well? Like, that would suck. You'd hate to have that on your conscience. So don't be selfish, just be cool. I want to promote being cool during this crisis. Is that too preachy? Did I get on a soapbox a little bit? I don't know.
No. Everybody should be, being careful, self-isolating, watching out, being very sanitary. And Ryan, don't forget we gotta cancel that group hug we had scheduled.
What? No. Okay, we'll talk about this after the show, but
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Take care.